they're going to pump in a little bit of crowd noise. Typically, when you're on the road, you use hand signals because it's too loud. Will you guys have to use hand signals and stuff because maybe it won't be loud enough and to keep the Giants from knowing exactly what you're doing?
We've talked about a lot of different scenarios. Even as much as giving multiple calls at a time. Not quite going as far as the baseball signals, doing the old 3 type thing, things like that, the indicator. But, I think the crowd noise is going to be just enough that they can't hear you in the huddle and things like that. But hopefully we'll be able to, communicate and not, give too many things away. It's going to be tricky, though.
Next up, Mike Pursuta. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, couple reports out there. Banner's the right tackle and DeCastro's not going to play. Can you confirm that? And what's your thoughts about playing behind a drastically altered offensive line, at least in terms of what you're used to?
Well, Mike, I'm not exactly sure who's starting, who's not playing, who's going to play, things like that. I just go out there and try and throw the ball around. It's I know that Marquise Pouncey is going to be out there. And that's my center. That's my comfort blanket. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. And whoever either coach decides, puts out there, or can play health-wise or non-health-wise, I'm excited to get back out and play football. And I know, like I said, whoever it's going to be at either spot, at any of those spots, is going to give it everything they have. And we're excited to have whoever it is out there.
Joe Rudder. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Ben. I know you've talked about going year to year with this, but you're getting close to 40, and other quarterbacks are now playing into their 40s. Is that something attainable for you and something you'd like to do? And what is the secret to these guys and you playing so long?
I'll be honest, I'm not close to 40 yet, so please don't say that again. I don't know. Guys always throw out how long they want to play till. I don't know. I honor my contract, but and I know it's got one more year on it, but I'm going to give this season everything I have, especially since I didn't get to play last year. This season means a lot to me, and so I'm going to give it everything I have and see what happens. But I don't like to put a time frame on how long I want to play because there's too many variables involved.
Jerry Dulac. Jerry, go ahead.
Ben, good morning. As you get to this point now where you are with the season ready to start, where can you quantify like your level of excitement / nervousness / apprehension, maybe relative to past seasons?
Well, good morning, Jerry. I tell you what, I was driving in today. This is no joke. And crossing the Veterans Bridge, and I was thinking to myself, man, I'm actually like nervous for this season. And it's, you always have a little bit of jitters and nerves for the first game, but the way I feel now is more than I've felt in a very long time. And I'm sure it's only going to intensify as the week goes on. And then Monday night, I'm sure I'm going to be shaking like a leaf. But, it's going to be one of those things that you get out there and hopefully it all comes back to me really quick. And there's going to be rust. There's no doubt about it. But hopefully we can get it knocked off sooner than later. But, I think that's what makes it fun. If I wasn't nervous and I didn't have that anxiousness, then I think that you shouldn't be out there, right? There's not a love for the game if you don't have that. And I think since I have those nerves already, it just shows that I still love this game and still passionate for it. And I want to go out and win for my teammates and the fans and the city. And so I'm not sure how bad it's going to be. We can talk after the game, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty different.
Aditi, you're up next. Go ahead.
Good morning, Ben. As you prepare for this game and you've got this new staff and you don't know how they're playing people, how did you prepare? What film did you watch? And is part of this almost like backyard football? I mean, is there something to look forward to? You just sling the ball around and see what happens? Well,
good morning. I think, we've watched a lot of different film. I don't know the last time that we've watched so many different teams. I mean, from Patriots to Dolphins to Giants, even some Packers stuff. I mean, we watched a lot of different things. And so not knowing, how many preseason games, like you said, so we don't really know. So we've got to be able to have a plan and then work that plan and then plan for the unexpected. So there's going to have to be a lot of sideline adjustments going on. And I like the fact that we're a veteran enough team that I hope we can make those adjustments, because we can plan for things, but until you get out there, you never really know what you're going to see.
Mark Caboli, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. Everybody knows what the Matt Canada fingerprints look like on an offensive scheme from Pitt to LSU, Maryland. In your mind, what are the advantages of the motions, jet sweep actions, and do you like that wrinkle?
Well, I'm not – who said we're doing any of that, Mark? I'm not giving anything away. No, I know. I think the biggest thing is definitely different for a player like myself that's been in the NFL for so long, because it does have a lot of college feel to it. I know some teams have started to do it in the NFL the last couple of years, but so it's different for me, and so it's taken some getting used to. But I've asked like the linemen and our defense kind of what it does for them, and it definitely throws the defense into a little bit of a tizzy when you see the motions. You're not sure who's getting the ball. So and it helps the lineman block sometimes too, because it helps declare on defenses. So it's definitely, this offense will have his fingerprints all over it, and you'll see some stuff on Monday night, I'm pretty sure, with those motions. So hopefully we can just be successful with it.
Jeff Hathorn, go ahead.
Morning, Ben. You had a long run with Heath at tight end. What do you think of the options that you have at that position this year, and what impact do you think they could have on the offense?
Yeah, I'm excited about both guys. Vance and Ebron are two players that, show a lot in the pass game, obviously, very good athletically, but also aren't afraid to block. And so I think they're well-rounded tight ends that take pride in kind of everything we ask them to do. We're hoping that they can create some matchup problems at times, and we hope we can get them down the field at times. So I think there's a lot of things that we can do, and I think we're still scratching the surface with kind of the two tight end sets.
Rich Walsh, go ahead.
Ben, do you like the fact that not many teams know what you guys are about this year, and there are some maybe differences with what you're doing on offense?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some uniqueness involved. I mean, for everybody, right? Because there's been no preseason. No one really knows what to expect. I think when you do throw some new coaches in the mix, it creates some different looks. So yeah, it'll be exciting, but teams will get some film on us soon and try and figure us out, just like we're trying to figure them out. So we'll just have to see. We're going to have to be the best we can be at all phases of the game, offensively, running the ball, throwing it, forming it offense, all those things. So it can look good on paper, but until you get out there, that's what we have to execute as players.
Few more questions. Next up, Jenna Harner.
Hey, Ben, good morning. How would you describe the mood among the guys in the locker room right now? Obviously, you're still a couple days out, but at the same time, it is week one.
So guys are excited. It's kind of our first in-season Wednesday. I know my wife asked me this morning when I left if I was excited to kind of start this week. I know we started Monday, but really kind of being the first Wednesday, and I definitely am, and I think other guys are excited. When you get this close, you realize how close playing against another team is, and the season really starting. So I think everyone in the locker room feels kind of this general excitement.
Next up, Will Graves.
Hey, Ben, you mentioned the rust. I mean, usually you guys have a couple quarters in the preseason to get ready. Now you're going from 0 to 100. How do you, especially with some young guys, how do you manage like the expectations of trying to be as efficient as possible while knowing there's going to be some bumps in the road?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more worried about myself than I am the other guys. I think, I have to manage myself, right, as the quarterback, the guy that's handling the ball every play, making sure we're in the right play, not trying to do too much. So it's going to be on me to get myself under control and then help young guys as we go. Like I said before, I think just because we've got a really good veteran group, I think we can all help each other in that area. My comfort's going to come from the guys in front of me. And, we're all going to have to help each other out. Guys are going to have to make plays for me. I'm going to have to make plays for guys. So that's why this is the ultimate team sport.
Okay, final one, Brooke Pryor. Brooke, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, the first time we talked to you this offseason, you mentioned having a different perspective from the sideline and getting kind of that big picture view. What specifically did you learn about some of those younger receivers? I know you've played with Juju for a bit, but what do you learn about a guy like Deontay Johnson as far as what routes he likes, maybe what he's good at, what he's not so good at? What can you learn from that sideline?
Well, like you say, I know Juju a little bit. I've enjoyed working with him for the seasons I've got to do that, and I'm excited to get back out there with him. And Deontay, I got to watch him last year, and just what an incredible talent. It's been a lot of fun to actually get more reps with him and more plays, and I'm looking forward to getting out in an actual game field with him, because I think the sky's the limit in terms of talent with that guy. He's fast, he's quick, he can get open, he's got great hands, so he's one of those receivers that you really look forward to playing with. And as for James Washington, he's another guy that I've gotten to play with for a few years and really stepped his game up, and I expect him to keep getting better. He shows that he can. He knows the offense in and out, and he's not making mistakes, and he's running fast, and he's got great conditioning. So excited for what he can bring. And then obviously the young guy Chase, none of us really know what to expect yet, so I think we're all a little excited there as well.
All right. Thanks, Ben.